Hey guys, it's Greg Clesius with Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. People ask me all the time, how far is the beach away from Hernando Beach? Well, we're right here in the middle of Hernando Beach. Let's go find out. Here we go. We're headed north on Shoreline Drive, headed to Pine Island Beach, which is a saltwater beach right on the Gulf of Mexico, the closest one to Hernando Beach. All right. And what's interesting is we're actually going to go by another beach on the way, which is Rogers Park. But that's a freshwater beach on the Weeki Wachee River, which is a spring-fed river, which is its own cool, unique experience, especially during summer when it's so hot out and you get to swim in an amazing spring river at 74 degrees. So if we're talking beach, that means salt water, but the freshwater spring experience is not that far away as well, and I'll talk about it. All right, as we're going up the shoreline, you can see on both sides of the road, it is Saltwater Marsh. This is our saltwater estuary system. It what makes Hernando Beach so special because we're so isolated. When you're driving along this road, it is not uncommon to see otters crossing the roads, raccoons, bald eagles, and all sorts of water birds. Off to the left side of the truck is Centipede Bayou in the Gulf of Mexico. To the right of the truck is the Weeki Wachee Preserve, which is a protected wetlands area owned by Southwest Water Management System. Shoreline is the only road that leads to and from Hernando Beach. There's two entries. There's an entry from State Road 50 up to the north, and there's an entry onto Osawa Boulevard on the south. Other than that, you can't get to Hernando Beach any other way except by boat. First little cool thing we're going to pass right here is this is Linda Peterson Park. There's a freshwater spring in there, and today's January 24th. It was actually in the 30s last night, and I bet you there's a bunch of manatees laying back in this spring in the 74 degree water. There's an observation tower here that you can get up on to see a view of the area. To the left is Jenkins Preserve. Jenkins Creek has got a big fishing pier, bathrooms, boat ramp for kayaks, canoes, and shallow draft boats. Getting ready to come into the area known as Weeki Wachee Gardens. This is a residential community that is along the Weeki Wachee River and canals that lead off of the river. Unique area, very eclectic. And when I mean eclectic, I mean hippie camp. Because you will have a $500,000 house sitting next to a 1963 single wide, sitting next to a $1 million house, sitting next to a 1950 trailer with a roof over, travel trailer with a roof over. All of this is a freshwater canal system, spring fed from the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, we're 4 minutes, 15 seconds into our trip, and this is Rogers Park. Rogers Park is that freshwater beach on the Weeki Wachee River. Across the river there is the upper deck bar and restaurant. They have a lower deck that I absolutely love because it's right on the river. Good service, good food. The patty melt is amazing. Good chicken wings. It's a full liquor bar, and it's just a great place to come during the summer. They have live music on Saturday and Sunday at the lower deck. They have live music upstairs at night. It's just a kind of cool restaurant bar that's on the Weeki Wachee River. This is all Weeki Wachee Gardens. All the roads that go off to the right are on canals that lead to the Weeki Wachee River that ultimately leads to the Gulf of Mexico. Coming around the corner here is the BP gas and convenience store and a Bella Napoli's Italian restaurant. It's okay. It took me and Val like 4 different times before we figured out what we actually like to eat there. It's just a different kind of Italian food, and honestly, we like to go to Carrabba's better. So that's generally where we go. Carrabba's is up here on 50 in the middle of Spring Hill, about 20 minutes away. All right, so we're kind of transitioning down shoreline. Both sides of this road are back to coastal marsh and swamp. And it's funny, every once in a while, you'll see a bunch of wild pigs cross here. The wild pigs were brought into Florida with the Spanish conquistadors. Some got away. And now we have wild hogs that live in the coastal swamp areas of Florida. And they're good for making sausage is about it. You can smell them coming. Boy, they are odoriferous. Okay, we're here at State Road 50. State Road 50 is a main east-west artery across the entire state of Florida. If you turned right there, you could drive all the way to New Smyrna Beach on the Atlantic. We're going to actually go the opposite way. We're going to go west, and we're going to head to Pine Island and the beach at Pine Island. All right. So this is the Palm Grove Colony area, or what I call Mud River. Mud River is a river that goes into the Gulf of Mexico through Bayport. This Weeki Wachee River dumps into it. There's a big spring sink at the end of it called Mud Sink. It's tidal. It gets overwhelmed by the water, so it's not clean, fresh, 74-degree water. It's kind of muddy and kind of gross, but it's there. Also, one of the areas along the Mud River is Mary's Fish Camp, an old-time fish camp where they rent paddle boards and kayaks. There's cabins and RV parking. It's just an old-fashioned fishing camp. We sit on the banks of the river and fish. We are headed out to a road split here. To the left will be Bayport. Bayport is where the channel for Mud River and the Weeki Wachee River exit into the Gulf. To the right is Pine Island. At one point, both of these were isolated little coastal islands, hammocks that were high enough that they were there at high tides. Again, coastal marsh on both sides of the road here. This road's a causeway that was built up between them. I'm going to turn right to go to Pine Island here. In front of us is Bayport Inn. I don't even know if there's a hotel here anymore. I don't think so. I think they tore it down. This is a restaurant, liquor store, gift store. The food's actually pretty good. It's a great place to grab a beer. It's kind of funny. It's kind of a biker bar on weekends, but during the week, the locals eat at it. It's good. They do all you can eat fish and chips, do all you can eat shrimp, and the fried shrimp are actually excellent. Both sides of the river, both sides of this causeway are ditches that they use a hoe to pull up and put the ground where they can build this out to Pine Island. There's actually some great fishing along this, especially at the little cross under bridges like we're coming up to right here, because there'll be a big culvert underneath here. And on moving tides, you really can catch some great fish as the water's moving through those culverts. Why? Fish are lazy. They like laying in the current, facing the current, letting the bait come to them so they don't have to swim very hard. So the trick in fishing at one of these is find which way the tide's going and then throw your bait right up where it then drifts, almost like it drifted out of the culvert and back into the area where it kind of the current dissipates, and there's all sorts of fish in there waiting. It's just a beautiful scenic wildlife area. Just nice. I enjoy these drives. We're 11 minutes into our trip to Pine Island, and we're a couple of minutes away. Start seeing the Gulf of Mexico through the front windshield here at several opportunities. Beautiful houses on Pine Island, but this is really isolated away from places. The house on the right here, I love this house. Love that house. Got a pool in the back, overlooks the Gulf of Mexico. Just really neat. Again, not great access to the Gulf. It's pretty much a skiff access area or airboat access area, simply because there's no big dredge channels that lead to the Gulf, and it is so shallow offshore. Again, you can see the Gulf of Mexico down here. It's beautiful. This is old Florida at its best. Really reminiscent of the Keys, where you have houses like this one that sit right on the Gulf of Mexico. That's pretty cool. They have a canoe, and they put all the mailboxes on the canoe. That's pretty cool. People do some neat things. All right, coming up here to Pine Island Beach. Here's Pine Island Beach, Pine Island Park right here. Guys, it took us 13 and a half minutes to get here. Give me a call if you have any questions about my area. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. So, from downtown Hernando Beach to the beach at Pine Island, we're looking at 13 and a half minutes. Bye now.